There would be something, an acquired taste of intention. So let us explore that together with humanity. In our civilization, the collective of Mu, intention was never posed as something as a dominant trait as humanities. We had intrigue, but it wasn't to the point of a matter of life or death, because that's your ultimate drive. It feels as if it's life or death to you guys if you don't act in accordance with what you would understand your intention, because the intention must have a drive, it must have an energizer. And the drive or the energizer of intention in and of itself is outcome, accomplishment, which is provides soothing. What does it provide soothing to? Your ego, that's lacked. See, when you're empty, you find things that would satisfy the emptiness, the non-connection, those kind of ideas. So if you look at that, let's say, relation to reality, intrigue would be, let's say, familiar, because the actions to another might look the same between intrigue and intention with you if they're observing you. They may interpret it, but of course you've mastered enough ideas to allow people to be what the hell they're going to be, and you have no concern in how you look to them. Okay? So let's look at this idea. Your passion is intrigue. It is present in the moment. Even if your passion is sitting around doing nothing for the day, doing absolutely nothing for the day, is still a passion. It's still a way to relate to reality, okay? But intention says, I've been sitting too long. I haven't been productive enough, because you start to grow empty inside, much like hunger. Your hunger drives you. Your hunger intends you to go and eat naturally. You find things. If you're hungry enough, you'll eat things you would never consider eating. Yes. Yes. So that's a survival mechanism. Well, let's look at the self-preservation. What does the self-preservation do? It feeds you your idea. It remains in the constant of I need to be filled. So your job is to fill it. And intention gets humanity there. A lot of people have a lot of drive to fulfill something inside of themselves. And that is their emptiness, correct? I would think yes. So your emptiness, it would be that of being, let's say, on a daily basis, the commonality of empty to full. Let's look at that, okay? So I want you to understand that my intrigue is my creation, my creative skills. And they don't need to be detailed. Let's not detail anything right now. Let's not go and give the picturesque ideas of passion so it may become something of, let's say, an intention for you. Let's not do that. Let's just understand the vibration, the feeling, the birthing mother of the details of reality. So if you understand yourself as intention, there's a specific discernment present, the discernment of spirits, you guys called it in your Bible. But what is your discernment? It's truly your discernment of a reality. The reality is, do I want to play in this reality? Because from this point to that point, the circuitry of time tells you the vibration of that point. You've connected to it, and your intuition tells you, don't go down that road because it's a big fucking mess of what? Effort. But that intentional line, as opposed to intrigue, offers with the mind of concept, the experienced mind of history that you have fulfilled yourself with, offers something of great value to the self of preservation. It offers worthiness, purpose, fulfillment. We've all watched Catalan ask crazy questions on these things about how-tos and what's and rent and how do we fix and things. You see that. Now that is what? Intention. It has to be, because they need to get something. Intrigue, you're not getting anything. You're not mindfully getting it. You're the experiencer of it as the moment unfolds. The intrigue goes from what you call, we'll give you this, a detailed project. I'm starting on this craft or this book or this paint or this garden. I'm starting, but my intrigue shifts to go and eat. My intrigue shifts to go to make love to my husband. My intrigue shifts to tuck my kids in at night. That's how the moment works. It is the constant flow. It is not set in a time, and it has what you call walls of definitions to keep you on track. That's intention. Intention gets you absolutely everywhere that you want to intend to go if you put enough effort into it. Everybody putting enough effort into life will get exactly what they want, because eventually you are the God of that belief, and if it's something of your really want it, then you can get it through intention. You're still a God. Everyone's been very successful, right? You guys have intended, but when your heart is not in it, it becomes harder to drive past that, because usually most intentions are based upon lack of what? Achievements, right? Okay. Intrigue doesn't have such things. Intrigue doesn't say, this is going to give you this. Intrigue doesn't say, once you have this, it'll be a better day. It says none of that. Intrigue is the moment to explore the possibility of a pen. To enjoy the company of someone. With no expectations on why you're there. Having a discussion. What it's going to lead to. That's nothing to do with intrigue. Intention always wants to know why you got to do these things. What's it going to do for you? Why am I going to do this? Well, because it has this and this and this, and then you'll know that betterment because you're empty now, right? And since you're empty, you cannot fill it with your own love because A, you don't know how to love yourself. And you learn to love yourself, you know something. It becomes very difficult, doesn't it? It's extremely difficult for you guys to choose your own worthiness, isn't it? On a daily basis, you choose your intention, the intention to fulfill your lack through what you call the objects of creation. They're only filled with objects. The objects that give you the equal. The detail must have a vibration. That vibration is what your heart seeks. Your emptiness, your connection, your self of preservation. It seeks that self that says, this object will fulfill it. It could be a drug. It could be, let's say, having a discussion. It could be a better job. It could be doing anything. It could be fulfilling a dream, of course. It could be becoming a Reiki master. All of these things, but it's the vibrational connection is where you're creating from vibration, not details. So if I'm a birthing idea and I come into a created reality, my reality tells me exactly what is my highest possible connection to experience my unlimited, always unknown, known self forever, because that's the natural. In separation, you created the idea that is exactly the same, save the fractal. The fractal gets the experience of not knowing it's exactly the same as you've always been. The perfect inquisition about life, creation, to dive into the unknown every frickin' moment. to love yourself that much more forever. To experience what you are forever. That's what's built in. You don't know you're doing that. So you're doing that anyway. But the fractal gets the perfect measurement of your absolute intrigue through the idea of separation, polarity, measurement. So you feel your work in a different way. You think you came here because you were lackful? You joined humanity because you were intrigued. Creation brought you there as you brought creation into you. Okay. So I'm here because I am passionate about life, and my birthing moment says to me, this moment, and here I am. Now I am exploring myself, being filled by the moment because I do not have the same interest of filters. I have none. So you guys would understand your filters as the constant cycle between the emptiness being severed, if you will, from creation, not knowing you're whole, and constantly filling it with the outside objects that give meaning. You can see your meaning. Your pride sometimes wants you to hurt other people, so you say things you would normally not say. You do actions you normally would not do because your pride has been bruised. So since you are less than, you jump in and you cause pain in your mind because that action, intrigued action, that's looked as what you call intention, to get that back at that person of revenge because they caused you pain and you want them to feel the guilt and make their ground even again. That right there gives you the objects, the vibrations of satisfaction. But what happens though? Why? Why must you do it again? What happens, everybody? You grow empty because it is not a vibration of fulfillment. It is literally a vibration of lack. So that's why it cycles, because you guys are constantly hungry to get your bellies full so you can move on through life. Let's look at different ideas. When you have a lot of abundance, is there some things that you normally would do if you didn't have abundance? You would take different actions on life. You wouldn't eat out of a trash can if you had abundance to buy food, would you? But if you're hungry enough and you have no money and there's an idea of a food that doesn't look too bad, you might succumb to that idea because you have some other place of lack and you fulfill yourself. So you can see that your full changes your reality, your actions, your choices. Your vibrational reality is still there. You're still the attraction of the now, but you take different courses of action on what's available in the now due to your fulfilling stomach. If your lack is less, then you be more divinity, don't you? Because it's a very large permission slip to have a full belly. But if you are starving for your purpose, for your intrigue, for your answers, you're starving for something to do, then intention comes and says, let's go get it together. And you start creating the actions that your mind comes up with, not your whole self. Your whole self is giving you all the actions you can possibly imagine. But you only filter and let in some because there's this filter of truth. Tommy Jean, can you close that shade for Roxy's eyes? It's beaming on her. Thank you. So this intrigue, this intention, because it's an intrigue, because it's what you have available to you. But your approach with it, your relationship turns to what? Intention, because you're hungry. Because your purpose says, I have no purpose. I need to do something. I'm embarrassed by sitting around all day. And then, of course, you can be satisfied by that, right? Sitting around all day. Then you grow heavy and down on yourself. And then you call yourself other ways of being interested. You start to grow interested in your depression, your PTSD. And that is fulfilling itself. That's a nugget. That's food. So wherever you go and whatever action, there's no end to it. It is always the constant of it's always going to be available in one way or the other. You guys just changed the definition, but the vibration equation of fulfilling your hungry stomach of purpose, of presence, of I exist, of I'm enough, I'm worthy, is fulfilled through these objects. Will always find new ways to create them for yourself. You'll just travel down the depths of limitation. So you're always in the idea of the unknown anyway. It's just how you're relating to it. So let's be sharp about that today. When you are claiming things about yourself, acting in stories, being the emotional, logical explanation of everything, is that an intrigue or is that an intention? You must see your own self in vitality, action of your self being filled with energy. What is the drive of that? Be sharp. See what it is. Look deep. Find your self that consistently wants to fulfill its emptiness. Look at that self. Within the presence of the moment, they are intrigue in all moments. And you change them into intention when something of lack is noticed instead of something of that same idea is intrigued. If you don't have something and you notice it, is it relative in the now? And the answer is 100% no. 100%. Because if whatever that is that you claim is lacking, not there, is your way to relate to it. But since it is there, whether in thought or in physicality, it must be present in the moment, so therefore the moment is perfect, is it not? Because you're misinterpreting that thing as something to be intended, when it's truly showing you what's intrigued. Intrigue doesn't necessarily mean actions to gain. Intrigue is to be the inquisitive self of your own possibilities. So don't be intriguish about accomplishing anything. That's not the whole picture. That's the finite of polarity, of action, of movement. What you want to see and understand is, let's look at intrigue so I can give you this shadow so you may understand it in its own light. If I have something that I do not have in my mind to gain, I am intrigued about that. So let's just reference Roxy. Roxy wants to go sailing. So she doesn't have that. She's intrigued about it though. But if her mind about that lack, she approaches that sailing, the intrigue is, I want to sail. That looks exciting. And that's all that now offers, so that's it. Her intrigue shifts to the moment, not to intention, to find out how she can possibly go and sail. You can do that. That's called the effort life. Roxy can travel down south and hit the idea of, what's the name of the town? Thank you. Corpus Christi. I'm sure there's some sailing lessons, and start her trek with that. And she does it enough times, she'll create that reality, and then she'll be sailing. And maybe even end up buying a boat or living on a boat. But when the boat is offered, in the moment, in the physical reality as an experience, that's the perfect moment of intrigue becoming one with you in the moment. So you can experience your own work, your passion, okay? But if that moment says it's not here and you have to go and get it through intention, then your relationship with that thing is now lack full, and therefore it'll be an effort journey. But you have no patience because you think that whatever you intend is better than the life you have. So that's why it becomes lack. And let's all be concerned about one thing today: only your life. Please do not make other lives better. Your life that shines the light highest possible makes other lives better, because it gives those lives opportunities to become the freedom that you have found, the worthiness that you have found. Do not be a savior. We had our savior. The Christ conscience worked. It got you to the next understanding that Christ, with the connection of the silver cord, the whole Pisces thing, blah, 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 worked. You guys now know you are gods. Leave the savior idea alone, because nobody's in peril. No one needs to be fixed. No one needs to be better. All of that is intention, my friends. You're looking at the world as something that needs to be changed through your work. Well, then do that, and you will get that world, and that world will be exquisitely that relationship until you choose to leave this world. The way you've changed it or the way that you perceive the changes. The reality you create to see the work that's done and outcome will be your glory, and you will have that, and you will feel good about it. And you will have your pride filled of accomplishment, and then you will be empty, and then you will cycle, and then you will die. That's all there is to it, because that's the vibration, that's the world, it's the same playground. You don't need to fix, change. You change. Who's changed in this class that they see the world changing around them? And I'm not talking about in a measured scale. Do not be the lack of that. We don't care if they change good or bad, do we? Do we? No. We just see change in them. Because they must change because you have changed. You have not fulfilled your contract of obligation of the dependencies of the expectations they have upon you. Therefore, they see change in you, and how they react to that change is their own world. So let's do that for yourself. That's a huge, huge intention. These are the same ideas. From the whole point of view, it's all intrigue. It's what you have available to play with. It's a new toy in the sandbox, but the relationship is what drives that idea, toy, to be begotten, to be understood, to be badged, to be honored, to be labeled, to be signatured, to be marked as something fulfilling. But yet you guys starve yourself every day. You're after it every day. When does the peace, the accord of peace, come into play? And there is no action except the action that says complete passion. There is nothing that is looked upon in your reality that is nothing but the perfect of intrigue, of exploration. The labels kick your ass. They squash you because they are detailed in mannerisms of production. Remember when Roxy got a job? Mother was, oh my God, she got a job, as if the entire miracle of the world, because that's her thing. Then mother grew hungry because it wasn't a good enough job. At one time it satisfied and fed. Roxy's mom. But at another time in the future, since she grew hungry, she needed to find something to fulfill. She needed to get her purpose, her worthiness returned. So she questioned the job. You're better than this. You can get more. Have you ever had a person that was one way about your situation and then a few months later they're absolutely different and you go, well, before you liked it? Well, it's because they have grown empty, my friends. They are hungry again and they use you as a target because you are a trough of dependency. You are an object that will be fulfilled through their what? Intention. Because they are hungry. They are in survival. Even the ones that have all the money, that everybody's trying to get the money, give me money, 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 are the same misery you are. Oh yeah, you like that kind of misery, wouldn't you? You'll give up this misery to get that, wouldn't you? You're negotiating with your worthiness right now. Because see, you don't know it from the experience. You don't have all the money in the world. You don't have everything that you need and want right now. So therefore your lack is that. You think their lack goes away? Why aren't they giving their money away? I don't understand why Bill Gates still makes more money than he can spend, although he gives all his money to the charities that he can possibly imagine. Well, because he's lack. Bill Gates can give everything away for free. Everything for the rest of his fucking life and pay all his employees double what they make right now. And he would still become richer. Compound interest. It's the second strongest idea in your universe. Now don't tell me he's lack. Why? Why is he not doing it? Huh? Because he's lack, guys. He cannot fulfill with his isness because his habit is what? Intention to gain. The more quantity I have, fuck quality, the more quantity I have, I am alive and I am satisfied. I am not hungry. Yet he grows hungry every day. What's the first? What?
You said it was the second most powerful, whatever, and you were talking about Bill Gates. I want to know what the first was. The first.
You,
Oh.
the creator. But in your world, compound interest moves most because your world is off of what? What do you guys move your world on? Money. Money is compound interest is the second strongest force of a reality creator in your world of lack. Because you are a money world, are you not? Or you're not a trade world. No, you're a money world. So there you go. But you're the creator of that, so you're the first powerful. Good? What do you have, Nanette, before we move on?
I just want to say that it is true, because I've seen it myself, going from, you know, not having much, and then you have enough to fly to Europe, and then you say, I wish I had enough to go business class, and you gather points and you go business class, and then you say, I wish I had enough to go first. So it goes on and on. It doesn't matter.
It'll never satisfy itself, right?
Absolutely. No, never.
Ever.
It's not
Why?
money. Because it's not the money that you're looking for.
It's the hunger.
It is.
It's the purpose and time. You're hungry to always intend yourself to fulfill the emptiness, and you'll grab anything around you to do that. You've had this class, but just in a different approach.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
And how? So when you are now scoped in a new approach to life, which you have an ability to notice, you can see that intention takes you down an effort road, and the discernment of spirits allows you to know that effort in time. You just know it feels icky. But you are so hungry in the idea of unworthiness. You need to satisfy, itch, 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 scratch that itch. Make the pain go away. Take the meds to dull it. The emptiness ensues because you are empty from yourself. You are severed from creation in illusion. So the self of preservation satisfies itself with the objects that give it the moment, let's say, of band-aids, connection, of dulling the pain, the lack, right? So you are dulled to this reality through the idea of objects. And we say, let go of the dulling. Enjoy the pain. Sweep it through you. Get to know all aspects of your reality, because that is the connection. It's never not been there. The pain, the fear on the other side is home. It's everything. And as you sweep through it, you feel different. You relate different. You choose your joy, your intrigue, yourself of I'm allowed, and you become more what? Better. Without the things. You notice that happiness doesn't be gained through objects. You're just happy for no reason. The built-in starts to return. That's where you're going. That's what's happening. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with mannerisms of intrigue in the idea of, or mannerisms of intention in the idea of accomplishment. Everything is already there. It's all sprung up on how you're relating to it through your lackful self to create. The intrigue was humanity in and of itself. And you're still inquisitive to know itself. But when you know that you can change it, that becomes the mastery work. Because now you are intrigued about knowing. The asleep are not intrigued about what you want to know. That's why you cannot help them, because then you will come as a force of thunder to take away their pain. And they love their pain because they don't see it. Leave them alone. All right. Are there any questions right now?
Hi.
Yes. Hello.
I'm curious how the law of attraction works with I have still lackful vibrations, and I'm still in this lackful people group.
Why are they lackful?
I mean, they are hungry of attention, of
okay.
Poverty mentality, and
well, let them have it. I don't care about them. I'm only interested in you. So let's talk about you. Do you have a question about you, or you have a question about why everyone else is that way? Because to me, they're not that way. Only to you. You're labeling them as a lackful poverty world.
Okay, because I hear only this kind of conversations around.
Yes, so since you hear those conversations, do you not interpret them as lackful conversations?
I do interpret them as lackful conversations.
So then welcome to your world. Just because they're having a conversation doesn't mean it has to be full of lack, does it? That's just the way they're conversing. So if you could see it as a God creating its reality, then you can become indifferent. But right now, since you have an expectant mind from the turncoat that says, since I'm changing, they should talk about only good things. Maybe you haven't been watching the classes from the Mu, but I will regenerate something in your mind of intrigue. If you are always looking between these two scales for your reality to fit in the polarity field between happy and sad or suffering, then what you're looking for is intentional, my friend. You're saying my work is done this, so therefore these people in my reality need to be on the happy side of things. Otherwise, I'm not doing something right. Why is my lack always still here if these people? So you're relying on people, objects to change, Mr. Expectancy.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize this.
Right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. So you have to be indifferent. Do you understand indifference?
Yeah,
Comme
but
ci, comme ça.
I can't. Sometimes I just take the vibration, and I can't be indifferent. Even it influenced me. I feel the conversations. I mean.
Okay, so let me try this again. I'll try English again. Do you understand what indifference means? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. Because I'm not interested at all about your diarrhea. So stop shitting on me. Thank you. So since you understand indifference, when you're having a conversation, yes, your ego is bruised. When you're having a conversation, you're allowed to be indifferent and listen to me. You want to get better, then listen. Drop your ego, you pride-filled son of a bitch. Good, good. It's even hurting more. This is what you want, you fucking arrogant fuck. Better. This is what you want. Yes, it hurts. You want to get it back. That's what you need to do. You need to let the pain pass through you. To know that the arrogance in and of itself will never satisfy you. But that's what you always seek. Your intention is to know your pain over and over again, my friend. Your turncoat of expectancy has wanted change, but none is there, so it's done exactly what it needs to fulfill yourself with more lack because you don't see the change. We tell you to be indifferent about the reality so you can't see it on this scale, because this is what you know. And since you consistently know that, you seek that in your hunger. When you release yourself from being indifferent, you start to connect vibrationally to that relationship in a mannerisms that is no longer this. And then the non-polarity will make itself known because that is the built-in construct of your natural. And therefore you'll start to feel a different relationship, and it will not affect you as you let it affect you through your interpretations of this. Always measuring. So be indifferent to those people. You're not very smart, Catalin. Your ego wants to be smart. You want to be clever. You want to be the solver. See, look at your intention. You want to figure this out. You want to do a better idea. You want to make it better for you and other people. You want your intention. I must, yes. And it hasn't worked yet because you don't want it to be solved. You don't want it to work. What you want is the moment of lack, and that's what you've been giving yourself your whole life. That's why there's been no change, because you're still the same interested. You're very, very intrigued about intention. So stop expecting anyone to be anything, because that's an arrogant God commanding its reality. Its citizens of its domain to act within a box to fulfill your lack. Are you following?
Yes.
Oh, that took a lot. that one hurt. Yes.
It's very tough. I lose.
Yes, good. Be the tough. Now get into the pain. Get into the pain of you. You come to the classes, you listen to the classes, but you never actually do the classes, do you? You just keep them up here in theory, but when it comes to being the excruciating pain of allowance, you just can't take it because it hurts too much. Yeah, it does. It hurts a lot. But then you know your pain, not as pain, but you must be the master. All of reality is immeasurable. To know the measured, you must become the measured. And then you will know what you measured is no longer measurable.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. Daphne, then Brent.
Hi,
You're-
Mew.
Hello.
I am enjoying these classes so much. I'm just so we are intrigue,
Yes.
and then we come here and we create pain, and then the pain creates lack, and then the lack creates intention. Is that how it works?
Well, let's say you don't create pain. You created a world of lack. And therefore it started being measured over time between love and fear, or happy and suffer, however you want to put it. And since that's all you know, you constantly what? Try to be happy, but you can't want happy because you need sad and polarity. You need both to sustain the reality. So your reality vibrates the lack. You intend to stop the lack. You get the stop of the lack, but the vibration of your course of life is lack. So therefore you must attend again and again and again and again and again through your whole life. Are you following?
Yeah.
Let me make a note of humanity's accomplishments so you can understand. Let's say a guy was excavating and he discovered the pyramids, right? He discovered many things, Tutankhamun. These people had mixes. Some of them were intention, some of them, the discoverer usually is the one of intrigue. Remember, you guys have accomplished so much in this ideal world, but the relationship with the accomplishments are mostly lack. It's dependent on the individual. So never blanket humanity as, let's say, a train wreck, because you guys created exquisite art, the art of your world. Your automobiles, your discoveries, your inventions, your relationships, your internet, your communions between people, your religions, everything is beautiful. There's nothing measured here. It's all how it's related. So you guys have discovered and created many wonderful things through one who was intrigued to explore the dynamics of, let's say, electrical engineering. To extrapolate out of Nikola Tesla's, let's say, books to become something else, to be intrigued about Einstein's theories to make it work for them. That's an approach. So don't look at the details as measured. Don't look at humanity as a blanket. Look at yourself, and your relationship to reality shows everybody. That's why Steve Jobs is Steve Jobs. He wasn't intending anything. He was intrigued to see where he can take his own mind. Make sense?
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Brent?
Hey, this is amazing. Thank you. Yesterday you said if you define yourself as happy, then the counter of polarity is present. And if the counter of polarity is present, then the vibration of haphazard ideas called attraction will occur. What did you mean? What did you mean by that?
The haphazard ideas, much like Catalin is surprised at the haphazard idea. And attraction is the idea of the vibration you're putting out to create the co-created reality of the equal vibration.
Oh, okay. So like
not attraction and cause and effect, dear lad. Attraction in what your vibration is attracting to you as a reality. Remember, you don't move. Reality comes to you and through you. Yes?
Yes, yeah.
So the reality around you is in direct accord with your vibration. But you cannot use your vibration in the scaled measurement of happy and sad is the point. Because if you are using that vibration, then you're always going to interpret the vibration in the present between those two measured scales. Once you stop using that measured scale, what's going to happen is that you get an unmeasured scale in the presence of the now, and you start to attract the same realities, but you interpret them different. It's still the same field of vibration of awesome, but you interpret them not as polarized. Remember, don't get stuck on the details.
Okay.
Are you
Okay.
following that? Yes?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Jennifer.
Cool.
Jennifer.
This is just an observation. I just remembered when you were channeling Nostradamus, and we were talking about how much we've made our lives better today by better healthcare, all the innovations. Basically, our lives are
Air conditioning,
right, everything, and
indoor plumbing.
and we're kind of like these spoiled brats that have all this stuff, and we're just looking for shit.
Well, it's not as your spoiled brats, because you are the creator of your reality. But what it is the self would be a spoiled brat of preservation, because what they have is never enough.
Right, because it's like we said during that class.
But it's not we.
Okay.
We are not spoiled. You are not spoiled. Don't blanket humanity with one fell swooping word that sounds like an inquies, an intention.
Well, it just
Are we?
Yeah, I understand. I know what you mean. There's
Okay.
During the time when we were talking with Nostradamus, he was talking about going outside and not knowing whether or not he would come back alive because of the disease, the violence, and everything. And now we do have all these things that are available, and instead of being intrigued by them and just relaxing because our lives are a little bit easier.
Yes.
We worry more.
And keep going.
We worry more because it's that hunger. We don't have.
Yes.
Security itself is not enough. The security.
Yes.
We're looking for.
It's never enough, right? See, what has happened between the 1800s and your now 19 and 2000, your new century you're playing in, what has happened? You've made your life so easy, but it's not enough, right? Because you can't have good life, so you got to deconstruct your good life through the ideas of bad things. You guys just fill yourself with diseases and fears, and let's say you separate, you still have that carrot top, that fucking ginger that's trying to build a wall. He wants to separate because life isn't good enough. Life needs to be pain. It has to be pain because that's what you know.
Right.
You have to avoid it and then experience it and then intention to cycle it and make it better. But once it gets too good, you can't have it because your worthiness shuns you. And you go back to the pain. That's the cycle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm seeing it now much more clearly because in those days, the ease was not there, not because we didn't want the ease, but the ease was not developed yet. We weren't at the space that we're in now. It almost feels like when that is natural, well, not natural, but when things are harder, you're almost comfortable in that difficulty to then go to the intrigue, whatever is better, and you're almost freer from it. You're almost in a safe place to be an intrigue. Now things are so good. Now I can see it can't be this good, and I've got to go back to the crap because that's what I'm used to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Giza.
Hi.
Hello.
I was intrigued by your yesterday's conversation with Michael, who asked the question about language.
Yes.
And there is a language I think I'm using, but I have no idea what I'm saying. It's just
Okay. Stop. I'm not going to let you in my class on my watch say, I have no idea what I'm saying. Yes, you do. You have every idea. You just won't accept that you have it. Do you think you create something in your reality that you don't know you created? The answer is
No.
okay. So I know I created. So if I create it, then I know it. Have you ever seen a movie where someone's work and they know it inside and out? Have you ever seen the movie Armageddon with Bruce Willis?
I don't think I did. No.
Watch it and you will understand this is my work. You know your work. When someone questions it, you know it. Is your language your work? Yes.
Yeah.
Your filters say no. You're not listening to the words. You're not feeling them. You're thinking about them. And since you don't know them, it's automatically, I don't know what I'm saying. That is a filter, my friend. It is your truth, but there is a different truth, that I do know the language. And I know the interpretation, and I know what I speak. Do you
Even
speak
if I...
Do you speak the language out loud? And now what did you say? What did you say? Just do a little bit. Hashuarakaku Nyatitsriyapoka. What did I say? Koririnia Krushna Matiria. What did I say? You know, but you do not trust.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yes, it's hard because you are hardened by your truth. Your truth says, I am lack. You are hardened, therefore it looks hard.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it conceptually, I think, and I'm trying to find a meaning in each word, which is not the way to go.
But it's not that. It's not the way to do it. That's the way to do the language that you know of today. But there are groups of words that create an idea of an entire thought block, 3, 4 words that give what you would translate in your English or any of your language about 50 words.
Yeah.
You must understand it in your mind and trust it and interpret it. Interpret it with your mighty pen, firstly. Record it and then write down what you hear as it's coming back to you.
Okay, yeah.
It is an earth language. It is not that of a galactic, but it is an earth language. It was birthed from a galactic language or a light language, but it is an earth language. It is very old. It is not of your times.
Cool.
So know it.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to know it more, so sure.
Well, then have that intrigue about it and put no perils of expectations, or you turn it into an idea of what? Intention.
Yeah, just playing with it.
Yes, the relationship is inquisitive. Write the language down. You know the letters as well, for it was a written language.
It's letters or symbols?
There are more symbols, you know that, but I use that reference.
I can see dots and shapes like
And
circle
swirls.
shapes. Yeah.
Triangles.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Yeah, triangles. Yeah, I can see more soft shapes, circles and dots.
Yes. Lines, waves.
Waves, exactly, waves.
There you go. But not in the same mannerisms as your current Egyptology. Hieroglyphics. They're more symbols of pictures, items. You are a language beyond that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, it's enough for today. Thank you.
You're welcome. Catalin, speak.
I'm curious about violent content.
There is no violent content. I've never seen an act of violence in my life. Have you?
Okay, my brain would
No,
stand.
not your brain. Do not blame the receptor of vibration. Your filtered perceiving mind. That who says that. Your truth says there is violence because you were taught violence. Is this your fault? Let's go there firstly.
I have a conflict in my mind about playing some violent video games. On one part of me want to do it, there is some attraction, and other part say you will go into the lower vibration like violence.
There is no lower vibration.
Yes, so.
There's never been a lower vibration ever. Lower vibration is humanity saying lower vibration.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? See, all you're doing here is looking.
I want to transcend this conflict and
there is no conflict to transcend. In your mind, but you're not listening. You never listen. All you want to do is get your pain. Can I give you some more pain today? No. You're not listening. You never listen because you don't want it. So accept you don't want to heal. You want to pain. Please accept it. Because we've told you what to do, but you will not listen. Do you think by now we would have said something on how to understand your mind of separation, your filters? Have we not given that lesson over the last 2 years? The answer is a resounding yes. But you won't listen. You won't take the action to experience the difference of it because you're still looking at it as violence of a bad thing to make go away. You must accept all of your mind into your heart and say, that is me that is seeing violence.
Okay.
There you go again. Welcome to your fucking pain. Okay is the same cycle. And all I'm doing is feeding it. Because I am your master. And you are mine. So you will choose me and I will fulfill you as you choose. You keep wanting your pain. You keep thinking, look at my head, everybody. It hurts. My head hurts. I can't stop thinking about the pain. That's what you do. You always do that. We told you what to do. You don't want to listen. You don't want to take action and allow yourself to become the pain. You want to see the violence in your life as pain. You want to change violence. Why would you ever change reality? You cannot change what you see. You must accept all things.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's painful now.
Yes. But you don't want to be your pain. You want to keep talking about it, how to change it, what's wrong with the world, why is violence? There is no violence. There's never been an ounce of violence. The only thing is that you categorize violence as violence. Better?
Yes, there is a blockage. I feel...
See? You're labeling your blockage. Look at my blockage. I love to be blockage. Look at my image. I love to be image. I love to be blockage and image. I'm in my pain again. I'm in my pain again. All I do is just keep doing the pain because I can't shut my mind up because I don't really want to. So what is your violence that you see now that we have your attention? What violence? Do you remember your question? Can I ask you that?
Violent video game?
when I said, Catalin, you started a conversation about violence. Can you please return to that moment of your first reason why you raised your hand?
The conflict in my mind.
No, that was not. See, you're already gone. You have no idea. I just want to show you. The reason why I asked is I want to show you that whatever you started out really doesn't fucking matter. All you wanted to do was to get fed. Well, you've been fed, my friend. See?
I don't remember.
Of course you don't, because it doesn't matter. See, the things don't matter. It's the intention that you go get the things that you think matter so you can fill your heart, and then you're not hungry because you got what you feel. So whatever you were first talking about doesn't matter because you got your goddamn drug. Jennifer.
I was trying to put my speaker on so you could hear me better, but Catalin, a really good thing that helped me understand this is you described it with, I was talking to Roxanne one day, and it's like when you were born into an environment that was pain, your family, everything. It's nobody's fault, it's just a default. And slowly but surely, you put your hand into the fire, you put your body into the fire, which is pain. You got used to it, you got numb to it. You woke up and you understood that in order to feel what you are, you need to slowly take that out. You need to slowly take that out little by little. Feel what you really are. And what happens when you take it out, like what you're doing now, you go to that place and you go, okay, this is painful for me. I'm talking about this violence and whatever. You've got to sit with it because it's like your hand coming out of the fire. You ever burned yourself? When you burn yourself, you take your hand out of the fire, that hurts. But you gotta give it time to catch that air and feel the healing, if you want to call it that. And then you start understanding what you are. But your brain goes, no, that's pain. I'm gonna go back into whatever that was, whatever I'm used to, because that's the numbing pain that I've been used to. So there's pain all around. You just need patience to make that step to go, okay, I accept this, what they're telling you to do right now, leave it alone for a little bit, and it will exponentially get better. And you're not going to be in pain forever. Your mind tells you that, but you won't be. You got to just be in that pain. You're struggling because you're saying, I need to fix this pain. It hurts too much. Why? That's what's keeping you in there. The mastery work is this dance to identify it, accept it, and just the moment you're aware of it, it'll start to dissipate little by little. It's all backwards. Remember what the Magua said, unlearn everything.
Thank you for taking the lead on that. It was growing taxing to me. Grisa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Look familiar?
Whoa. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. So, some of those symbols I would see in my mind. Yeah.
Okay. Roxy's original, way back 4 years ago. Translated many languages.
Looking good. So.
Don't hesitate. Don't think. Let it become you. Let it fulfill every fiber of your body because you are creation. You know it all. You saw the program, The Matrix, correct?
Sure, yeah.
I need a download of a UH-1. They didn't call it a UH-1 because there were copyright laws. 2 seconds later, she downloaded how to fly a UH-1 helicopter. We're talking Trinity, right?
Yeah. On the top of the building.
What's the difference? Permission. You get it?
Yeah,
it's all a reality. So you are this language already. You just have to let it come into you and let it be the experience of the unfoldment instead of the quick intrigue of satisfaction to know it and look what I know. Oh, and then you cycle yourself again and again and again and again and again until you die.
Yeah. In that case, it's just a little bit different, since English or any other language that I learned so far was already there in my reality. Meaning the other people.
I understand the human drama.
Yeah.
I understand that. But
And
you
that
can't
language
use
is
that as a divisionary. What?
Yeah, I'm saying this language is totally different, because there is no one who would confirm it's right or wrong, or
You don't need confirmation. You're there for the experience. Confirmation is lack that know what action you do is worthy enough to bring to the palette of humanity. You don't have to bring it to palette of humanity. It's there for you, my friend, to fulfill your intrigue, your passion of exploration. But your lack says the commandment of, oh, is it real? Oh, it's been validated. Oh, that's the intrigue mind that is intentionalized its reality.
Yeah, you're right here.
Damn right I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was really good recommendation to start playing with it, just recording myself and then maybe just feel 1 or 2 words and start writing it down.
Roxy got a pen and just start writing.
Yeah.
She can read and speak this language. This is older than the Babylonian idea. It's let's say dialects of the idea of Babylonia. It's an ancient language. It's just one particular language. You have the same conforms of your language, but there are some differences because yours doesn't sit on this timeline, this Egypt Earth. It sits on another monumental Egypt Earth, the time of Roku. Go have fun.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
What?
Rose has a point. I woke up this morning thinking, if we're God, we are also light, so no matter what we speak, it's light language.
Very true.
Yay!
Can you give us a cheer?
Yay!
Very true. It's definitely not matter language. So you have enough here and enough reinforcement through the interaction of class to know yourself as these things. Just do. But if you do with expectations, if you seek proof, if you seek outcomes, you seek validation and verification, then you seek your own lack, because you will always constantly always seek that idea, because that's how you're relating to the self-preservation that is empty. But add no meaning to anything. Let it be the experience of a non-polarity field, and you will start to understand creation from the natural. And you seek those things of lack no longer, because you're simply not interested in them. Very good, Tommy Jean. All right, anything else before we dance until tonight?
I have a question about imagination.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, hi, Mew. So we have an intrigue about something, and it feels exciting for us to go into our imagination and play with that.
Yes.
When we do that, are we connecting to like a parallel?
Well, that's the circuitry of time. You can use that now more than the imagination, because the imagination gave you a way to get there. Imagination is the roadmap to creation. The circuitry of time is another way to path yourself to that now that you're imagining. But it's the relationship that you feel between it. So continue with your question, but let's look at it that approach, okay?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so there's this idea that's out there, and I don't know where I heard it, maybe this class, that when you do imagine yourself in time, right, or in some kind of reality where you're doing something
Sure.
that brought closer to you.
Yes.
In
Vibration, familiarity.
Information. Okay. So okay, so I guess that was what I was kind of wanting to understand, perhaps, was that what you're teaching is like with the circuitry of time.
Yes, it's a little bit more refined ability of God. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was curious about. So there, and can you kind of explain maybe that refinement with what you're talking about?
Well, the imagination offers pictures. The refinement, the actual circuitry of time offers the vibrational experience. Imagination is imagined. So there's a relationship with imagination that would be that of imagery, experience, and you could start to feel some of the emotions, but the emotions are still paralyzed in the world of what? Polarity. They have to stay there. We want to take your emotions beyond polarity. We want to take the way you relate to reality beyond polarity. The circuitry of time allows you to be that moment that's actually occurring because your mind is less filters to know that that now exists. And the only difference between this now and this now is the time you've placed between it. So you circuit yourself through time to know that both realities are real. And you connect it more so in familiarity, you start to feel it with not the same polarity feel that you're used to, the emotions of polarity, you're relating to it in a non-polarized way. That's not describable. We don't want to put it on a scale. We don't. No, we don't. See? No, we don't. Try it again. No.
Oh, it's like what you just said is so beautiful and brilliant. And yes, that's, wow. I feel like I'm just getting emotional from that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Mesni, Elko. All right. Anything else? I think we had enough for today. Feels good to fulfill you through intrigue. Your mind goes. Your mind screams its freedom. It's allowed to roam naturally through the ideas of the galactics, through the experience of you, through the experience of others. Excellent work, everybody. No worries, Rebecca. All right. Collective of you, we bid you a good day.
Thank you.